Do you guys know that if you tell people you're a cop and you're not a cop, that's against the law? I did not realize that till very recently. I thought it was just acting. But apparently acting is now a felony in New York City. So when I show up to a crime scene, somebody is always like, "Are you a cop?" And I don't want to say I'm a cop because it's against the law. So they go, "Are you a cop?" And I go, "I'll ask the fucking questions, okay? Seal off the goddamn perimeter, Manzetti." Is there always a Manzetti? Usually there is. 90% of the time there's a Manzetti. And 100% of the time he's incompetent. Really works to my advantage. Guys, I have attacked the Italian-American community, of which I am a member. I'm sorry about that, people who came here from Staten Island. Thank you. Thank you. How was the ferry ride over? You guys have to take a ferry. That's where we keep our most obnoxious Italians. In Staten Island, we separate ourselves from them with water because we know what they're capable of. Can I go after our community a little bit? Let me go after it.
Go.
Thank you. Thank you, Gina. I assume your name is Gina or Regina or some variation of a saint. Let me go after the Italian community. Italians get off easy. Germany has a stigma for being evil. But if you check history, Italy fought right alongside Germany during World War II. But we have no stigma for evil. And do you guys know why? It's because we have fantastic food. We get away with a lot of shit because of our food. Because after the war, Italy was celebrating with the Allies. And the Allies stopped and they're like, "What are you doing, Italy? Weren't you fighting right alongside Germany, doing a lot of evil shit?" Italy was like, "Whoa, maybe. But why don't you try some of this chicken cacciatore?" Huh? See how evil that is? My mother's got a baked ziti in the oven. We could talk after that, and then everybody's too tired. Carbs are the real evil. That joke was really about carbs. What did I do before this, guys? I was a teacher. I taught in the city of Philadelphia. I taught kids with emotional problems. I taught them biology. Halfway through my first year, I have a student approach me. He says, "Mr. Vecchione, if you don't pass me in biology, I'm going to stab you in the heart with a pencil." I said, "Let me tell you something. If you could bring a pencil to school and then locate my heart, I'm going to pass you in biology. There will be no child left behind, not on my watch." On my watch. I saw that on TV. I don't even know what that is. I saw it on television. My first job out of college, I worked at a residential facility for students who had emotional and behavioral problems. Okay, they were kicked out of Philadelphia schools. They lived on campus. My job was to sit in the hallway, and if there was a problem in the classroom, I had to go in and restrain the student. For this service, I made $18,000 a year, which you should be laughing, because that's low even for the 90s. It's very weird when you have to restrain a student, because you have to wrestle them to the ground, but they can still talk to you. And these kids would say vicious things to me. I took this kid to the ground. He turns in my ear and he says to me, "My cousin is going to come up here and he's going to kill you." And this is a teaching moment, believe it or not. So I was like, "Look, if your cousin kills me, I also have a cousin who loves me very much. If your cousin kills me, my cousin will then have to kill you." Okay? That's the streets. That's just Tupac. Okay? I'm not planning revenge, but that's the streets. You know what this kid said? "I'm ready to die." And I was like, "Me too. I'm also ready to die." I don't know why you're ready to die. I'm ready to die because I'm making $18,000 a year to have this conversation. You just ended up here. I went to college to get here. Who do you think made poor life choices? I would say me. I would say you should be restraining me. Then I taught in a public school, and that's where the real money started rolling in. Thank you. That's the funniest thing I've said. There's no money in teaching. These kids that I taught, behavioral and emotional problems, they don't have grades, they have goals. They have individualized educational plans. Sometimes the administrators in the school don't even realize that. I'm teaching, I'm being observed by the principal, high stress. Pulls me aside during the observation. He says, Mr. Vecchione, there's a kid sleeping in the back of your room. That's inappropriate. I'm like, actually, sir, it's not, because he's not being graded. His goal, however, is to not throw his desk through the window. So actually, he's killing it right now. He's doing a fantastic job. You're the one who is being inappropriate. Please keep your voice down. Because if you wake him up, he will throw his desk directly through the window. He'll throw his desk through the window. Thank you, everybody. So I'm single, and I'm ready to Christian mingle. The girl that I've been stalking on Christian Mingle has filed a restraining order against me. And she was like, you have to stay 50 feet away. And I was like, I will not stay 50 feet away from God's match for me. You are God's match for me. There's no Christian Mingle for your phone. Did you guys know that? So I just did Tinder, but I did it at church, which is like Christian Mingle. I wish Christian Mingle was on your phone. You wouldn't swipe left to reject like on Tinder. You would swipe down. So it's like you're rejecting her and sending her to hell at the same time. It's like, I don't love you, and neither does the Lord Jesus. Both of us are going to pass. Some of you are in relationships and you sincerely look happy. And don't answer this out loud. Answer it in your head. It'll ruin the night. Just answer it in your head. Don't answer it out loud. Is anybody here with somebody? You could be sitting right next to them. You could be touching their leg right now. And you're thinking to yourself, after this weekend, I don't want to ruin the weekend. After this weekend, this relationship is over. I'm going to dump this person. I'm going to dump them. I can't stand their stupid face for one more week. Yeah, it's getting weird in here, everybody, because a lot of people are feeling it. Breakups are difficult. Breakups are difficult. When I break up with a woman, I try to do it at a restaurant because I feel like it's a public place and she will not cause a scene. But can I share a secret with you guys? I mean, no disrespect when I say this. Bitches are crazy now. They will yell at you right in a restaurant. So you know what I do? I take her to a Chinese restaurant. That way, if she yells at me, it just seems like she's working at the restaurant. I'm sorry, was that joke too sweet and sour for some of you? You're really acting like I ruined your happy family with that one, which is another Chinese dish. A lot of you are going to have intercourse tonight, and good for you. You want my advice? You want my input? You want my 2 cents? Either have drunk sex or role play. You can't do both. You can't pull it off. I tried. Guys, I'm the best actor in here. I couldn't pull it off. Now, the role that I chose for intercourse that night was postal worker. It's a great role for intercourse. It tracks well with sex, because I feel like with every pelvic thrust, I was doing what? Delivering the mail. Exactly. And I was having sex doggy style, so it's like mailman, dog, natural enemies. That makes it hotter. I don't know why it does, but it makes it hotter. It makes it so much hotter. I'm having sex doggy style as a postal worker, but I'm drunk. So it just keeps going and going and going. Finally, she whips her head around, which I'm not a fan of. And she goes, when are you gonna come? And I stay in character. I'm like, 3 to 5 business days, okay? Because I am a postal worker and I am in character. All right, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. I love you guys.